Hey everyone! Welcome to our video all about the latest Beanstalk update in Roblox Grow a Garden. Today, we'll break down the full list of woody plants, their rarities, and where to find each one. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just starting out, I'll show you how to get the most out of this update. Subtitles are available in English, so turn those on if you need them. Grab your watering cans, and let's jump into the world of woody plants. Let's start with rhubarb, one of the first woody plants you'll encounter. You'll usually find its seed in a culinarian chest, always a nice surprise. Plant the seed in your garden plot and watch it grow from a tiny sprout to a leafy rhubarb. Harvesting your first rhubarb is rewarding and it's marked as uncommon, worth 2 points. Points are key for progressing in Grow a Garden, and rhubarb is a solid way to start. When you give rhubarb to the Beanstalk NPC, you'll see the beanstalk grow a bit taller. It's not hard to find, but it still feels like an achievement. Its uncommon rarity means you're already moving up from the basics. If you're aiming to complete your collection, don't skip rhubarb. The more you harvest, the more points you rack up. That's rhubarb. Simple, satisfying, and a great way to kick off your garden journey. Next up is the pear, a rare and exciting find. To get a pear seed, check the shop for the summer seed pack. It's your best shot. When you finally get a pear seed, it feels like you've hit the jackpot. I always plant rare seeds in a special spot, makes it feel extra rewarding. Watching the pear tree grow is mesmerizing, and harvesting it is even better. The pear is tagged as rare and worth 3 points, a big boost for your progress. Sometimes the Beanstalk NPC will request a pear, so keep one handy. It's not an everyday find, so it makes your collection stand out. If you're collecting every woody plant, the pear is a must-have. Keep checking the shop for those special packs. Up next, let's talk about a plant that's even more legendary. Now for the legendary apple tree, the crown jewel of woody plants. Find the apple seed in the main seed shop, marked with the legendary tag. It costs more, but it's worth every coin. Plant it in a prime spot and watch the dramatic time-lapse as it grows. Harvesting the apple is a highlight. It's legendary and worth 4 points. Feed it to the Beanstalk NPC and watch the beanstalk surge upward. The apple tree is a badge of honor showing your dedication and luck. If you want the full woody plant collection, you need the apple. Save up, keep an eye on the shop, and don't miss your chance. It's a game changer for your garden and your beanstalk. That's the legendary side of woody plants. Let's talk about another legendary plant, the avocado. This isn't just any fruit. It's a symbol of patience, rarity, and a little bit of luck. The avocado has a reputation for being one of the most sought-after plants among collectors and gardeners alike, and for good reason. I set out to the summer merchant, hoping to find this elusive seed. The market was bustling with people, each searching for their own treasures, but my eyes were fixed on one goal. The anticipation was almost electric as I weaved through the stalls, scanning every table for a hint of green. When I finally spotted the avocado, marked legendary, my heart skipped a beat. It was displayed with a special sign, almost glowing among the other fruits. The vendor gave me a knowing smile as if he understood just how rare this find was. The price was steep, but I'd been saving up for this moment. Every coin I'd earned from previous harvests felt worth it now. I hesitated for just a second, then handed over the payment, feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness. Buying the avocado seed felt like a huge achievement. It was more than just a purchase. It was a milestone in my gardening journey. I couldn't help but smile, knowing I was about to start a new chapter. Planting it was nerve-wracking. I wanted the perfect spot. I spent extra time preparing the soil, making sure the conditions were just right. I even consulted my gardening notes, double-checking everything to give this legendary seed the best possible start. The avocado tree looked unique, with deep green leaves and a thick trunk. It stood out from the other plants in my garden, almost as if it had its own personality. Every day I'd check on its progress, watching for any sign of new growth. Watching it grow was mesmerizing, and harvesting those shiny avocados was the best part. The transformation from a tiny seed to a flourishing tree was nothing short of magical. Each fruit felt like a reward for all the care and attention I'd given. Placing the avocado next to my apple in the inventory felt like a real flex. It was a visual reminder of how far I'd come and how much effort I'd put into building my collection. The contrast between the two fruits made my inventory look even more impressive. Giving the avocado to the Beanstalk NPC triggered a special reward and a huge smile. The NPC's reaction was priceless, and the bonus I received made all the hard work worthwhile. It was a moment of pure satisfaction, knowing I'd completed a legendary quest. It was the perfect ending to my avocado quest. Standing in my garden holding a basket of freshly harvested avocados, I felt a deep sense of accomplishment. This was a story I'd remember for a long time. Legendary plants like this make your collection truly special. They're not just trophies, they're proof of your dedication, your patience, and your willingness to take on a challenge. Keep grinding, and you might discover even more legendary surprises. Every day in the garden brings new opportunities, and you never know what rare plant might be waiting just around the corner. The avocado is proof that patience and planning pay off. Every step, from searching the market to nurturing the seed, was worth it in the end. It's a reminder that great things take time, and the journey is just as rewarding as the destination. Ready for the next challenge? Let's go mythical! There's always another adventure waiting, and who knows what legendary plant you'll discover next. Time to dive into mythical fruits. Imagine a world where your garden is filled with fruits so rare they're almost legendary, each one with a story, a secret, and a flavor you've never tasted before. My quest took me to every shop, seed, twilight, summer, hunting for the rarest seeds. I scoured shelves, asked shopkeepers for hidden stock, and even traded with other gardeners for a chance at something extraordinary. Every shop had its own vibe, and each visit felt like a treasure hunt. I collected coconut, kiwi, and marveled at how different they looked and felt. The coconut was heavy and rough, while the kiwi was small, fuzzy, and almost seemed to glow with potential. Then came mango, peach, and nectarine, each one a burst of color and promise. Their scents filled the air, and I couldn't help but imagine the flavors they'd bring to my mythical salad. And finally, the elusive moon mango. This fruit was the crown jewel. Its skin shimmered under the light, and it felt almost magical to hold. Finding it was like discovering a hidden legend. Each seed looked unique, and lining them up felt like assembling a dream team. Some were smooth, others were spiky or oddly shaped, each promising a different kind of plant and fruit. Planting them all together turned my garden into a mythical paradise. The soil was rich, the air was filled with anticipation, and every day brought new surprises as the plants began to grow side by side. Watching them sprout was mesmerizing. Each plant had its own style. Some shot up quickly, others took their time, but all of them seemed to have a personality. It was like watching a group of friends grow up together. The anticipation built as I waited for the first fruits to appear. Every morning I'd check for new buds, hoping to spot the first sign of something incredible. The wait was both exciting and nerve-wracking. Harvesting was like unwrapping presents. Each fruit was a surprise, and I never knew exactly what I'd get. The colors, shapes, and even the scents were more vibrant than anything I'd seen before. Huge coconut, fuzzy kiwi, glowing moon mango, each one felt like a trophy. Arranging them together was like creating a work of art, a display of all my hard work and luck. Each mythical fruit had the mythical tag and was worth 5 points, a big reward. Seeing those tags in my inventory felt like a badge of honor, proof of my dedication and persistence. Feeding the moon mango to the beanstalk NPC caused a massive growth spurt. The beanstalk shot up, towering over the garden, opening up new possibilities and adventures. Collecting all 6 mythical fruits was a real adventure. Planning, luck, and patience. It took careful strategy, a bit of risk-taking, and a lot of hope. Every step, from searching to planting to harvesting, was a story in itself. Now my inventory was full of rare fruits, and my beanstalk soared. My garden had become a living legend, a place where the impossible seemed possible. Achievements like this make you want to keep playing. There's always another challenge, another rare fruit to find, and another story to create. If you want your own mythical fruit salad, check every shop and be patient. Don't be afraid to ask around, trade with others, or try new strategies. Sometimes the rarest seeds are hidden in plain sight. Savor the harvest. The journey is just as sweet as the fruits. Every bite is a reminder of the adventure, the effort, and the magic of growing something truly unique. Ready for something even rarer? Let's talk divine plants. The world of mythical gardening is just beginning, and there are even greater wonders waiting to be discovered. Now for the divine plants, the rarest of the rare. I scoured the zen, honey, night, and summer shops for divine seeds. The list maple apple, traveler's fruit, moon blossom, cacao, hive fruit, and feijoa. Each seed felt like a treasure, and lining them up was epic. Planting them turned my garden into a divine sanctuary. Watching them grow was beautiful. Each plant had its own style and color. Harvesting was next-level glowing petals, sparkling honey, shimmering leaves. Each divine fruit had the divine tag and was worth 6 points. Giving a high fruit to the Beanstalk NPC triggered wild special effects and a huge growth spurt. Collecting all the divine plants was a real accomplishment. It took searching, patience, and luck, but my inventory looked legendary. If you're aiming for the divine collection, keep exploring and don't give up. Here's the ultimate challenge, one that every gardener dreams of, the giant pine cone. This isn't just any ordinary pine cone you'd find on a walk in the woods. It's a legendary, almost mythical item that's become the talk of the entire gardening community. People swap stories about it, share tips, and even post photos online, hoping to inspire others to take on the quest. I stumbled across the legendary giant pinecone seed in the main seed shop, tucked away on a high shelf and marked with prismatic rarity. The packaging alone was dazzling, with shimmering colors that hinted at the magic inside. It felt like discovering a hidden treasure, and I knew right away that I had to have it. The price was steep, definitely the most expensive seed I'd ever seen, but I'd been saving up for this moment for weeks, maybe even months, setting aside every spare coin and resisting the urge to splurge on smaller, easier seeds. It was a big investment, but I was determined to see it through. Planting it in a special plot felt epic, almost ceremonial. I picked the sunniest spot in my garden, cleared away every weed, and made sure the soil was just right. As I pressed the giant seed into the earth, I could almost feel the anticipation building. Would it really live up to the hype? The tree grew bigger and faster than anything else in my garden, absolutely wild to watch. Every day I'd check on it, and it seemed to stretch higher and wider overnight. Neighbors would stop by just to marvel at its size, and I started to feel like I was growing something truly extraordinary. Harvesting the giant pinecone was like holding a trophy, with rainbow effects swirling around it. It was heavy, almost comically oversized, and the colors seemed to shimmer in the sunlight. I couldn't help but grin from ear to ear. It felt like all my hard work had finally paid off. It stood out as the crown jewel of my collection, instantly becoming the centerpiece of my trophy shelf. Friends would come over just to see it, and I'd catch myself admiring it every time I walked by. It was more than just a pine cone. It was a symbol of dedication and patience. Giving it to the Beanstalk NPC triggered the biggest growth animation yet. The beanstalk soared into the clouds, twisting and turning as it reached heights I'd never seen before. The whole garden seemed to come alive with excitement, and I felt like I'd unlocked a whole new level of the game. Getting the giant pinecone took effort, patience, and a lot of planning, but every step was worth it. There were moments when I doubted it would work, but sticking with it made the reward even sweeter. These big moments, the anticipation, the challenge, the payoff, are what keep you coming back for more. They make the whole gardening journey feel like an adventure, full of surprises and triumphs. If you're thinking about going for the giant pinecone, don't hesitate. Take the leap. It's a challenge, but it's also an experience you'll never forget. Save up, plan ahead, and get ready for an epic payoff. Make a strategy, gather your resources, and don't be afraid to ask for advice from other players who've done it before. In the end, it's one of the coolest achievements in the game, a true badge of honor for any gardener willing to take on the challenge. Before you go, here's a quick tip. Always keep a versatile inventory of woody plants. Running out of the right plants can stall your game, so collect a good mix. Check the NPC's thought bubble for hints about which plant you need next. Staying one step ahead makes the game more fun and less stressful. If you enjoyed this guide, hit like, subscribe, and check the description for more tips. There's more to discover. Keep on growing and see you in the next one.